What you're looking at right now is a complete coloring book. And this entire thing came from one click. Now, this did not produce one page, not one design, the entire book, fully themed, consistent style, and multiple pages. Now, if you've ever tried making coloring books with AI, you already know where the process gets painful. It's not the ideas, it's not even the image generation, it's the repetition. One prompt, one image, one regeneration over and over and over again. But what shocked me about this workflow here is that it removed almost all of that. So instead of building the book page by page, the AI handled the bulk creation process in one go. So I'm going to show you exactly what I used and how I did it, because the setup behind this is way simpler than you think. So after seeing how tedious the normal workflow is, I started looking for a way to automate more of the process instead of generating pages one at a time, especially in themed coloring books that require consistent looking images. And that's when I came across this AI tool. This AI tool actually has a coloring book generator where you can generate a complete coloring book with just one click. Let me show you how it works. But before we start, I just want to check this in that this particular tool is not completely free, but there's a catch. So there is a pricing plan where you can choose your price. So for the yearly plan, you get 30% off. So you get to save a lot while leveraging the tool for longer. There's also the monthly plan as well, but the yearly plan is where you get the sweet bonus. And I've left the link in the description where you can click it and get your 30% discount. Now, if you want to really leverage on this, I suggest that you start with the hobby plan because it gives you enough credits that you can play around with. If you want to take your coloring book business to a much more higher level and you want to be able to generate multiples in a day, you can go with a professional or business. However, if you just want to try things out and know what's what, then you can start with the starter plan. So now I'm heading into the coloring book generator. Now, the coloring book generator is where you are able to impute your story concept for the coloring book and you choose the number of pages that you want it to generate. Now, this is super interesting. So here is what you want to do. You want to impute your story concept first. If you want this AI tool to give you something, you can click Inspire Me. But if you already have a story concept, you can just impute that here. For this, I'm going to be using ChatGPT just to give us a random story concept. So I asked ChatGPT, I would like to create a story coloring book. Can you give me a simple story idea that I can use? And ChatGPT, of course, gives us something. You can see Bella the bunny's missing birthday cake. So I copied the story idea, head back into this AI tool and paste it. Now, this is a story idea. You do not need to add the full story. You do not need to come up with every single detail about the story. You just need to give it a concept. That's all. Now, you want to select the number of pages to generate. You can generate as high as 100 and above. So custom means 150, 200, 250 and above. So for the purpose of this video, I'm going to be going with 10 pages and I hit generate. Now there are three phases of this. Here is where there's the setup and character, there is the story outline, and there's the generation. Now here is where you set your character. If you already have a particular character that you want to use because you want that character consistent in all your stories, then that is the character you should add there. If you do not have one, you leave it at no specific character. So I'm going with no specific character. I'm leaving the primary language as English, and I'm going to leave it at auto generate story. Now you want to set the difficulty level. The importance of this difficulty level would help you manage the complexity of this storybook. So you can see here, toddler, children, teenagers, adults. And that's how I realized that, okay, if I am serving for a younger age range, then I should use toddler. And if I'm serving for an older age range, then I could use teenager or adult. So I use teenagers. I'm leaving the dimension at square, removing watermark, and I'm clicking generate. With just one click, using just one prompt, this AI tool has gone ahead to segregate every single part of the storyline. So you can see Bella wakes up, Bella packs her small bags, every single thing. You can see it, all of it here, just like so. I didn't have to do it myself. All I did was to give it a simple idea. Now, the good thing is, if I wanted to change any part of the page, I could easily just do that. However, I'm leaving it like so, and I'm going to hit generate all. So it's going ahead to generate it in the background. So at this point, it's for me to wait for a few minutes and it's going to be generated. Now, quick one, before I show you what it gave, drop the country where you are watching this from in the comment section. I want to see where my viewers are watching from. Just leave it in the comment section. Let me know. Now, under my creation, you can see it created all the storylines. Very, very beautiful. You can see very neat and all the outlines looking really perfect. Now, if you do notice, there is no specific character. Why? Because in the creation process, we didn't put in characters. From here, I can hit next, which will proceed to generating the cover. Now, I'm going to do the same process again, but this time using a character, just to show you how well that same consistency can work when you set a character. I'm imputing the same story idea that I used. I'm using 10 pages and I'm going to hit generate. Now this time I'm going to click create character. The character name is Bella. I can decide to upload a character that I already have, or I could decide to create it from a text description. I'll use from text description. So the name is actually Bella Bunny. I'm copying what ChatGPT gave. I asked ChatGPT, give me a simple text description of Bella Bunny character. I'll copy this over here and I'm pasting it here. So it has given two different options of the characters. You can see this is the first set, this is the second set, and it gave both the front facing, the side facing, and the backward facing. Now I'm going to go with the second one because I prefer it, and I'm going to hit next step. Now the character is already set. There is also an option to add more characters if you want. This is particularly better if the other characters you're going to be showing repetitively, or they're going to appear more than once, just so they can retain consistency. If they would just appear once, then it may not be so necessary to do that. So for this, since the end, they are all going to appear after she needs them individually, I'm going to go ahead and get a character for each of them. Of course, I'm not going to make you watch because it's going to be the same process as I did for the first one. Now I've gone ahead to create all of the characters here. The story concept intact, the difficulty level I've set to teenagers, dimension square, remove watermark, and I'm clicking generate. Now this AI tool has automatically given the storyline page by page. You can see all of them here like so. And all I have to do is still just generate. And now it's going to generate in the background in a couple of minutes, which we can check over in my creations. And just like that, this AI tool has given coloring page for each part of the storyline. Again, I'm just going to simply hit next. And now is the beautiful part where we get to just create the cover. Now for the cover, I'm going to also be naming it. So I named it Bella's Missing Birthday Cake Adventure Coloring Book. And here again, we choose the style. We can either choose cozy, pastel colors, fruit friends, or vibrant cartoon. So I'll choose the pastel colors and I'll hit generate cover. So we have these two here. This is one here. And this is another one as well. This is good. However, I can also decide to see what the vibrant cartoon would generate in terms of cover page. So the cover is generated now, and I think I prefer this one. This is one that was generated. It tells that they're looking for something. You can see cake and crumbs here. Then this is the second one here, but it can't really say that there's a missing birthday cake. So I'm going to go with this particular one here, and I'm going to hit generate book. And just like that, we have the book generated. So this is the cover page. And once I click the next, it brings this. Once I click next page again, it brings this, and it keeps going on and on. And the beautiful part about this is you can open a KDP builder from here, which you can use to build the entire coloring book in terms of the dimension directly. But another way you can do it is downloading all of the images and making use of Canva. So the first thing I'm going to do first before I download is upscale whole book. And this is one good thing about this AI tool. There are just a lot of features that would help you in creating better images. So when you upscale it, you enhance it to a very high resolution for better printing. It's going to take a bit of time to upscale, and after it upscales, I'll go ahead to download the images. So after already downloading all of the images from the AI tool, now in Canva, I set up my page and I simply got the exact dimension from Amazon KDP Help Topics. So since I'm going to be making use of bleed, I used this dimension 8.625 by 8.75, and I simply just created a custom size for that. You can see it here like so. Also, I set up the margins, and because I'm using bleed, I used this actual margin 0.375 on both the inside margins and the outside margins. So we have that here. Given that I've already uploaded my coloring book images here, I'm just going to be adding them. You want to make sure that each coloring image does not exceed or go beyond the bleed line. So I've completely filled all of the images into the interior pages just like so. As you can see, it's 20 pages because that is the number of pages that we did. But of course, as you know, that the least number of pages that you want to upload to Amazon KDP is 24 and above. So if you're uploading to Amazon KDP, it should be, of course, way above, because you want people to see more perceived value in it. And don't worry, I already told you that this AI tool got that covered. So you can also do as high as 20 pages. We did 10 coloring pages and that amounted to 20 pages because, of course, there's always a space at the back. So when you do 20 coloring pages, that will amount to 40 pages. When you do 100, that amounts to 200 pages and so on. And you can be able to do that with the pricing plan. And the amazing thing is that it doesn't matter the number of pages. That same storyline will be broken down to fit the number of pages, whether it's 10 pages or 20 pages or 100 pages. The storyline will be elongated to fill each page. So the whole concept is being able to generate an entire coloring book from the cover page to every single interior with just one generate click. Now, if you want to know how you can use AI to leverage coloring books that are already doing well on Amazon, I did a video using entirely AI to try to clone a bestseller. Most people think AI is not good enough or AI cannot deliver good enough, but they actually have a prompting issue. And I'm going to show you how exactly I take a bestseller on Amazon and I use just AI to clone it. You want to check the video you see on your screen right now to see how I did that. Ciao.